Hey there, welcome to Concept Hunter. Today we're going to talk about Wasteland Siege, which you could already see is sponsored by Armor Games and is by Entertainment Forge. This is a tower defense game with its own unique spin, and there's a lot to talk about, so hopefully we'll get through a good amount of topics by the end of this video. I actually didn't really see the menu at first. I was like, where's the menu? Oh, this is a menu, because it's at the back of it. It's a cute idea, but I wish it popped a little bit more. That's just a tiny little quip that I have here. So I played it a bunch, and then I stopped because I was kind of done with it. I was kind of okay with it. And the level that I actually stopped in is a boss fight. And I dislike boss fight in this types of games, but we'll get to that. Let's first see what the hell the game is about. So there's a story skip, and click on construction space to build a block. All right, so it's sort of a tower defense, right? So you click here, we got two different blocks that we can build, two different turrets, if you will. Machine gun, which is ballistic, weak against armor, but ignores energy shield, and the opposite, obviously, weak against energy shield, but ignores armor. This is a laser. So there's two types of, aside from, the amount of HP they have, the speed that they have, if they're in the air or on the ground, which is all very standard stuff. The special things that this tower defense type game does is that some enemies have armor, which is they look metal, they look metallic, and not metal, and some have an energy shield, which is just a round energy shield that you could spot. So some things are good against that, some things are bad against that. You kind of want to have a little bit of both. So I built two ballistic ones, whatever, and then you can click to extend the tower. This also costs money. Obviously I have money at the top left, and it costs an amount. This is my HP bar. I don't know what the 00 is, but this is the HP bar, and if it goes down, I lose. Surprise, tower defense. Anybody played tower defense games? And we can build another one, laser block. I don't have enough to build one more because they cost 90, and let's just start the wave. And we start ahead, and things coming from the left and right side. Now notice, one of the big things here for me is that I'm actually aiming with the mouse. Now it's telling me that I could upgrade stuff, so let's just upgrade this, whatever, it doesn't matter. And keep building and upgrading blocks. Okay, alright, thanks for the tutorial. So stuff are coming from left and right. These are the standard mobs. They don't have a lot of HP. There's suicide rats. I don't know. It seems like they have a dynamite strapped to their backs. Now, when I kill stuff, I actually get this the amount of money from the top. This is really weird. This weirded me out insanely because it's not the amount that I gained, it's my current amount. So you're actually telling me how much money I have, which I also know at the top left of the screen because it's over here. Shouldn't that be what I'm gaining? Because it's confusing as hell until you realize it. But it's not a huge deal. I actually want to jump ahead a little bit. Let's go to level 6 and get to see a little bit of what we have. So later on, you get cannon gun blocks and laser bomb gun blocks, which are basically AoE of this thing. So you've got, this is manual aim, it does a laser attack, and it has high damage and a medium fire rate. And then you have the AoE, which is obviously slower and deals a little bit less damage, but it's AoE, it's splash damage. And this is automatic standardly, it's auto by default, but you can set this to manual aim if you want to. I actually think you could remove the manual aim because it makes a lot of sense. And this is something that I really like about the design of this game. It has an issue, but this is what I really like. The fact that you have manual aim for the things that's supposed to deal high single target damage, and you have automatically the things that deal splash damage. So usually in splash damage, you just want him to just hit something and it'll hit everything. But if there's an enemy that is big and has a lot of HP, you want to focus that thing down. Even if there's things that are closer and they're more of a threat because they're closer to your tower, because they don't have a lot of HP, they'll probably die, and you want to focus on the big thing. And this game's design really allows you to do that. It allows you to do that perfectly. I've got the AoE. The AoE will deal with all the small fry, and then I got the focus fire. The problem, sadly, is that I have no idea what's coming. I don't know what's coming ever. So I don't know if you don't tell me what the wave holds. If there's a bunch of small stuff and a couple of big ones, or maybe it's just big ones and there's like two of both sides. I don't know what to prepare for. So it comes to a state where sometimes I play a level and my strategy doesn't work because I went for one or the other. I went for more focus fire and less AoE, and then there's a ton of small things. Or I went for a lot of AoE, and then there's one giant thing that I just can't kill. And I wish you'd tell me a little bit more. You could do that by just telling me. You could do that by just telling me what's coming. See, now these are the small fire that'll totally die, but the top flying ones, I need focus fire for that, which I don't have. I have a little bit of money, but I just want to show you how the game kind of holds. You kind of have to balance these things, and knowing what's coming would really, 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 really help. Now, on top of this, note that in this game, because I have, I could actually manually aim stuff, you can press space whenever you want in order to just pause it, build your stuff, manage your things, upgrade what you want, and then go back to the action and aim things. Because the aiming is so important at times, you could do that, which is really, really cool. You also have little guards, which are usually just cannon fodder as far as I'm concerned. You could upgrade them. There's 3 of them, and you could upgrade them. You have 3 slots, that is, and they have stats and stuff, but it's not really a big deal. I don't really care about that. One small thing about upgrading, note that if I hover over upgrade, I have no idea what I'm upgrading. If I click this, I will upgrade, but I don't know what I'm getting. It would be really useful if you hover over upgrade, or even without hovering, just looking at this tiny little screen, you'll give me an arrow and how much is the upgrade, like what do I get. It's usually, it upgrades the damage only, I think, so the damage will jump to 24 and the fire rate and slow won't change. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So I would like to know that. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I would like to know that. In this specific case, it literally just double. It's like there's another one, but well, not entirely, but it doubles the damage, and that's the only thing that it does. Doesn't do anything for anything else. So this game is really nice. I like that duality. Later on, however, there's a couple of issues, and I don't know what further progression does, because again, I only played up to here. I didn't play these. They might have more progression. I'd expect to have more active things to do other than just aiming, like sometimes something on cooldown or something like that. But later on, there are a lot of different types of blocks, and I want to show you some of them. This isn't unlocked right now, but it doesn't really matter. This is a very standard thing. Increases damage of gun blocks in direct contact with it. This is perfectly fine. I've used this a lot. These 4, I have never used up to the point that I'm in. I have a winning strategy, and it's just winning. It's just doing well all the time. These 2 are armor blocks, or provide additional armor and health to the tower and guards. This provides additional energy shielding and health to the tower and guards. Defending myself, usually in these type of games, you don't actually want to defend yourself. You want to just kill the things that are coming in. This doesn't help me in any way kill the things that are coming in. It's just allowing me to take more damage, which means in these games, that's kind of how it goes. The way that I see these games, if I take damage, my strategy's bad. I mean, there needs to be a way to finish the level without taking any damage. And if I take a little bit of damage, okay. Okay, you also enforce that by giving me 3 stars if I've beat the level with enough HP, right? If I don't take any damage, I will beat the level with 3 stars. So these 2, I never want to use them. And on top of that, they take away a spot. I have very, very limited spots, very limited blocks. So I want to take a block for defense that does nothing, just takes damage. That is horrible. And you actually already kind of have that mechanic with the guards, which are mostly cannon fodder. They don't exactly contribute in terms of damage. They're there to take damage and prevent damage to your thing. So I really don't understand. I clicked play by mistake. I don't really understand these 2 blocks. Now, these blocks, I didn't even try. I don't know. They take away a block? I have such limited space, and this is an active ability to rain down rockets upon the selected area, which stuns and damages enemies. So this is a cooldown ability that should be like over here at the side of the screen, and I could click it on cooldown and it takes away money. It shouldn't take a block. They're so limited, and I don't want to spend it. And renewability block, again, restore health to guards every 3 seconds. If they take guards are supposed to take damage, so that's okay, but if they take damage, I also kind of screw it up, and I don't want to waste a block on this. Basically, I use this one and these, and later on this one. This enhances the damage of gun blocks, and this enhances the damage of laser blocks. That's what they do. So I don't exactly use everything, and the last thing that I wanted to, there's a ton more that we could talk about this game, but I don't want to get into it too much. I kind of dislike boss fights in these type of games. I would just prefer having more interesting and intricate levels and waves and knowledge of the waves, instead of just having one giant thing. I just want to show you that you could already see it creeping up. So there's a huge thing that you just kind of have to kill. You also have to deal with all the small crap, but there's also just a giant thing that's slowly coming, and you just have to deal that amount of damage until it makes its way, because if it makes its way, it's just going to murder you very quickly. I don't like these that much. I don't feel that I've ever seen a boss fight in these type of games that I liked, so I would prefer, and here it's just like walks a couple times, stops, walks a couple times, stops, and then you just have an amount of time until it gets there. It's done here in the same way that it's done most other places, and I never really enjoyed it, so I don't really like boss fights, and I kind of stopped playing. It's a cool idea. I like some of the design and the duality that you have there with AoE and focus fire. I think it's cool. I wish there was a little bit more things to do, and I wish you'd conserve and you think about how to expand your tower a little bit more. It's really interesting. I'm assuming you probably do these things to some extent later on, but I'm already like halfway through the game, and there are these issues. So this is Wasteland Siege. It's by Entertainment Forge, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.